Welcome back, guys. I want to thank you for tuning in to another trophy show. And in this episode, I really kind of want to break down the details on the upcoming PS4 Firmware Update 2.5. There's a lot of good things in it. It's probably the best firmware update we've had for a while. But before we talk about that, let's go ahead and take care of some other business here. Starting here with a shout out to a Twitch viewer, Tyler, who came up with a new name for our collective group. I don't like calling you guys subscribers. I don't like calling you fans. I feel that's too impersonal. So he came up with an idea of calling us Trophy Troopers, and I liked it, so I'm going to stick with that for a little while. Feel free to join other Trophy Troopers in any of my Twitch streams, because there's a lot of conversation between you guys. It's some place you guys can hang out and talk to other people who enjoy trophy hunting just as much as you do. Also, want to go ahead and start the show here with a new segment. It's not really a new segment, it's just a new name for it, where you guys tell me what your most recent trophy accomplishment was, and the segment is now called Show and Tell. Now, in the last episode I did, user Raptor9ify posted that he got the 100% in Trials Fusion, so that's an accomplishment, so kudos to you. I want to give you a shout out on that, and you guys can go ahead and post your most recent trophy accomplishment in the description below. So let's go ahead and take a look at the upcoming games this week. It's a pretty big week for games, more specifically for DLC for games that are already out. So starting off with some new games, well, this isn't really new, but it's a Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. You get that. It's 1080p, 60 frames per second, so if you're a fan of that series, you might want to pick that up. Another game here, this is the one I'm most looking forward to, and you'll probably see me do some trophy guides on that, and it's Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number. That's a cult favorite amongst a lot of people, has an amazing soundtrack, so I recommend checking that out. And I will be streaming a lot of that. In fact, when you see this video, I might already be streaming on Twitch, so go ahead and check that out. There's a link to my Twitch channel below in the description. Also out this week is Scram Kitty DX. I know nothing about this game, never heard of it, but that is out. And then another kind of remastered here is Sniper Elite 3 Ultimate Edition. It has 9 DLC packs that are included with it, and then there's going to be 6 free multiplayer maps as well. And then there's also going to be some DLC. We have DLC for The Evil Within, and then there's Resident Evil Revelations 2 Episode 3, and then of course the big one that a lot of people have been looking forward to for, over a year now, and that'll be heists, are finally arriving in Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm probably not going to be playing the heists. I'm over Grand Theft Auto. That came out so long ago, it's off my radar. In fact, I only had it on PS3. I never even had the PS4 version, so I'm probably not going to dig out my PS3 just so I can download that DLC pack. But I know a lot of you guys are going to be playing that, and it should be enjoyable, so go ahead and give that a look. So the big news is the unveiling of the next firmware update for the PS4. It's version 2.5 that is currently being beta tested. So a lot of these features may or may not actually make it into the final firmware that's uploaded to all of the PS4 users. But assuming that this is going to be the final list, and I have no reason to believe it's not going to be the case, this should be a very exciting firmware update. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking at the list here, and some of the main features are the suspend resume. Basically what that's going to allow you to do is put the PS4 into rest mode without having to close an application. That way when you resume your PS4, that application is still open, so you're going to be able to jump right back into games or any other application. So that's really kind of exciting. Another major feature is the controller reassignment. So if for whatever reason you wanted the triangle button tied to the square button, you can go ahead and change that. You can also invert your left and right analog sticks. Although you can do that in a lot of games. I know a lot of people will do that, to invert the X and Y just for flight games or things like that. So a lot of games will have that ability built into it, but you can just assign it that way permanently on your controller. But the thing that's probably most important to me, and I would assume the rest of you guys, is there's going to be some actual trophy improvements here. Some things to the trophy system. They haven't really touched it a lot really since the release. And I'm really excited about these features, and that's why we're talking about it on the show, because it is trophy related. And so looking at the list here, you can now delete trophies with 0% achievement progress. Now I'm assuming that means any 0% trophy lists that are on your trophy card, you can go ahead and delete them. I'm assuming you're not going to be able to delete individual trophies. I don't know, maybe you can. You can also sort the options here for trophies by earn date, not earned, and grade. Not entirely sure that's going to be that useful to me, but maybe you guys enjoy that. And here's one that I like a lot. You can now search the internet for details about trophies from the options menu in the trophies. So basically what you're going to do is you can go to a trophy, hit the options button on your DualShock 4 controller, and it'll do an internet search. Now I'm hoping that internet search takes you to me. How convenient that'll be for you guys, and it'll be, good for me if that's the case. Also, screenshots of scenes when you earn trophies are now saved automatically. You can view this saved screenshots in Capture Gallery. Now that's something I hope that I can disable. If you earn a lot of trophies, that screenshot gallery is going to fill up real quick, and it does take up a lot of space on your hard drive. So you're going to have to do some data management, I'm assuming, if that's the case. Maybe it'll only save the last 10. I don't know. Maybe there's options for that. And you can also share trophy details and screenshots. Select the trophy you want to share about in trophies, and then hit the share button. I don't know. That really kind of hit or miss with me. I'm not sure that's very useful, but we'll see. I don't know how that's going to actually play out. Other things here in the update, not related to trophy, share play can now be enjoyed at 60 frames per second. Both users on both ends are going to have to make sure you're on the 2.5 firmware update to do that. And then also some random stuff here. Users who are your Facebook friends can now be displayed in players you may know, which really does me no good since my friends list is full. You can also send real name requests in addition to friend requests to users who are currently not on your friends list. I'm personally not exactly excited about that. A lot of people know my PSN name, which is PS_4 trophies. A lot of people ask that. Don't take this as a clue that you can go ahead and send me real name requests, because I don't accept them. So I imagine I'm probably going to end up with thousands of those. So I'm not exactly excited about that feature, but whatever. You can now apply a shadow style for text. Whatever. You can now enter up to 140 characters for your self-introduction. This is something I actually complained about on some forums years ago, that introduction about me section is just way too many, or not enough characters rather. So that's kind of nice that you can now do it up to 140 characters. And you can use the touchpad to operate playback on video, on discs, whatever. I don't really use my PS4 to play video. Maybe you do. Then you can also look at the Discover section. You and I probably don't need that. We're all veterans of the PS4. But in case you want to learn a new feature or two, the Discover section is where you want to go. And then Remote Play. Just a note here, cannot be used with the PS Vita system running version 3.35. You will have to do a system software update for the PS Vita, which says to be released later is required. I'm going to go ahead and take that, meaning that the PS Vita firmware update is also coming right about the same time. Sony has really kind of tied the two devices together, and without remote play capability on the PS Vita, it's just, a lot of people would think the Vita is worthless. So I imagine that the Vita is going to have a firmware update at or around the same time as the PlayStation 2.5 update. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. A lot of exciting new features for trophy hunters such as yourselves. And look forward to seeing you soon. Make sure you check out my stream. I'm going to do Hotline Miami 2 tonight. And I'm also going to do some Revelations in the next couple days as well. Episode 3. Again, twitch.tv/PS4 Trophies. And we'll see you guys soon.